Camera revenue. They're supposed to make intersections safer, but how much money are red light cameras generating?
Tonight, our I-team is finding which towns make the most money and uncovering that some suburbs have just a small number of people reviewing the tickets. Consumer investigator Jason Knowles here tonight with the story. Jason.
Cheryl, Rob, red light cameras are making millions, but our investigation found that in some towns, only 1 or 2 people decide whether you pay the price. Now the I-team is asking if those red light cameras are about safety or revenue.
They flash, they fine, and they fuel tens of millions of dollars into city and suburban revenue. But the I-team found that in some communities, just 1 or 2 people are deciding whether you get that $100 ticket in the mail.
I think it should be more than 1 review officer.
In West Suburban Hillside, under the Freedom of Information Act, we found that just 1 full-time employee, a former police officer, reviews all camera footage. Mayanna Ramos says her ticket should have been thrown out before she contested it in court. Ultimately, it was dismissed.
They sent me a ticket for somebody else behind me, but I actually stopped before them.
The village of Hillside says 1 person is enough and that only 40% of potential violations are sent on as tickets to drivers. The I-team also found that in the last 4 years, Hillside raked in more than $4.2 million in red light camera revenue. Hillside says the number of tickets has gone down because fewer people are driving dangerously. In South Suburban Chicago Heights, the I-team found that in December of last year, there was only 1 reviewing officer, but as of April, they had 2. In the last 4 years, the city made almost $4 million in red light revenue. Drivers contesting tickets in this line are not happy.
They need a team to review these tickets.
Another driver saying he stopped but switched lanes during a red light and went through the light when it was green. His ticket was not dismissed.
I mean, I feel that it's unfair. I mean, it's still green light.
The Chicago Heights spokesperson says the officers assigned to review tickets have been thorough and efficient in their work, and that the police department routinely reassesses and rebalances its workforce as workload requires.
I think that's a trap.
Drivers in West Evergreen Park who say they stopped are also fuming. The I-team found that it is the #1 suburb for red light camera revenue, making more than $9.3 million in the last 4 years.
A lot of money.
That suburb only has 2 officers reviewing videos before tickets are sent to drivers. Jim Carmen had to go to court to contest his ticket, and he won.
I did come to a stop, but I came to a stop after the white line.
We emailed Evergreen Park officials and didn't hear back. We also didn't hear back from the #2 suburb for red light revenue, South Suburban Burbank, which made almost $8.5 million in the last 4 years. Northwest Suburban Rolling Meadows ranked 3rd with $8.1 million in the last 4 years. The city manager there talking to the I-team.
At the end of the day, the ultimate goal of them is to prevent from individuals driving through red lights.
Right, but they do make a lot of money.
The budgeted amount is equivalent of 1% of our of our total operating budget in the city.
Rolling Meadows has 5 reviewing officers. Other municipalities have even more. The city of Chicago has 9, but in the last 4 years, it generated more than $227 million in revenue from red light cameras. Mark Wallace of Citizens to Abolish Red Light Cameras questions the reviewing process, especially when there may only be 1 or 2 people looking.
It is virtually impossible that 1 person can review thousands upon thousands of what they call incidents or violations and be accurate about that.
And despite those high revenue numbers, many drivers are choosing not to pay. For example, in the #1 revenue suburb of Evergreen Park, only 48% of people ticketed paid in the last 4 years. In the city of Chicago, 70% of people paid. Rob, Cheryl, the city of Chicago did not comment on this report, but as you saw in those towns where there's 1 or 2 reviewers, you know, the people went to court. They say, hey, I shouldn't have even had to spend the time to go to court. This should have been thrown out before.
$221 million in 4 years.
It's a lot of money.
Very comprehensive report. A lot of time spent and a lot of good information, Jason. Hard work. Great job.
Yeah, it's worth watching again to kind of add that all up.